Welcome to Behind the Curtain IMO. I'm Betsy Jordan. So Behind the Curtain, in my opinion, came about because I was writing these articles trying to understand for myself and sharing with people how a lot of these issues that are facing us today are very nuanced, very layered, complicated, and sometimes very intimidating to try to understand. I mean, what does the situation in Gaza have to do with you or me? What does the situation in Ukraine and Russia have to do with you or me? How are foreign actors involved in our elections? What happened to those kinds of charges that were brought up or illuminated in the Mueller report? Why does any of it matter? And what determines who is a good leader for our country? And what kinds of things need to be changed and how can they be changed? Those are the kind of questions I'm trying to answer in this series. We know that there were some very shocking surprises in the 2016 election. And then again in 2020, and then January 6th. In fact, it could be easy to see or perceive that the whole world is on fire to some degree. Climate change, such an inflammatory issue, which is surprising. But it's not so surprising when you take a look at where's the money. Follow the money. Following the money, you understand why people are not so eager for us to get off of fossil fuels. But if you look at fracking, okay, let me back up here a minute. So fracking is an example of an issue that I needed to understand and I would like to express here. We are very interested in being self-sufficient in terms of our energy. But you cannot turn the cargo ship around really quickly or you will capsize it. So in terms of maintaining energy independence, that's one thing. And yes, we know that emissions and fossil fuels and there are things that we need to shift and shift quicker than we can shift them actually to make a dent in what is happening to our planet. And we are also counting on scientists to research some ways so that we can perhaps prevent a disastrous effect on our planet. There are lots of trails I can go down and talk to you about the layers of things that are underneath the surface that we can pull apart and understand and get to why they resonate with us. But so why am I saying something about fracking and energy independence and climate change? Okay, so we do know that fossil fuels are speeding up the warming of our planet. We do know that we've been looking at alternative ways and sources of energy, and we have run into roadblocks with all of those, like lithium for the batteries. Where are we getting that and how easily it's disposed? There were some questions that we had, and we needed to slow that down. Computer chips, and where are the components coming from? Well, the raw materials that it needs to take those, that has to do with what our activities in places like Africa. So that is, our world is very small in that sense, that every single government, on every single continent is looking for these same raw materials because we're all hooked on our cell phones and, we like our automobiles and I'm in one right now. So it is all connected to us. It is all very important. Anyway, thank you for being here. This is Behind the Curtain.